In this case, I want to walk you through a project that is fairly common, that sometimes can cost thousands of dollars, and that you may be able to prolong as far as the life of the material for many years. You know, just being careful and kind of following some simple steps. The first thing that I want to go through, and I'm over here because there's a lot of machines. This is on top of a restaurant, and it's a flat roof. And what it has is a nice liner. It's a rubberized liner with a fiberglass sheeting. So it's a fairly strong material. And the only thing that you may have concerns about the seams that you have, that sometimes they start failing, especially around the units, the air conditioning units, where you have a lot of more work, where maybe the people that is working with the AC units, you know, have as much skills as the roofing company. So, you know, with the year, you start seeing deterioration. Besides that, when you have some patches and holes and things like that somebody else have done, you may have some issues. So, for that type of material, I want to guide you through before you start buying any type of product, because you can find products that are really expensive, you know, that are for many different applications and for different purposes, different temperatures. So you just, you know, understand what type of material first you have on your roof. After that, find a compatible material, a compatible patching material that will allow the contraction and expansion of these things. Remember that not everything will react the same way, especially in this material that is so, you know, like, see the wrinkles over here and all the stuff. I mean, it has to be elastic enough and strong enough. Now, no matter what type of material you have, what type of product you have, if the area is not clean, you're not going to go nowhere. In other words, you can have the best material on top of a dirty floor and the thing is going to pop out. So, as a recommendation for this type of product that I'm going to show you in a second, which is this roof patch. It's an elastic patch from the company Jack Black. Yeah, as a recommendation, you must clean the areas really well. And if you notice, I'm starting from the top all the way to the bottom. When you have water in puddles, you must ensure that the water is channeled away from the area. In other words, what you see there is already repaired. I'm going to walk you through, and again, I mean, it's a lot of noise over here. I didn't want to do a voiceover because sometimes you don't get the full benefit. But see over here, the material is already dry. What I did is that I actually put another elbow over here, and I took the water all the way with two, you know, PVC pipes, in this case 3/4 pipes, away from the area that I want to clean. Once the area was about dry for a day at least, I was able to remove it and then work in other areas. As you can see over here, we have a lot of patches. These patches were failing. In other words, what you see here, this is the material, the leftover of, you know, whatever was not attached properly to the roof anymore, right? So what you got to do whenever you're working with a seam is tedious. So it's a lot more that I took out. It's a tedious process, but you want to make sure that you take anything that is loose. You take it out, you make sure that you work with 2 parts of water, 1 part of bleach, and you remove all that stuff from the areas. Let it dry. Make sure that whenever you're prepared to work with this, you're going to have at least a window of about a day and a half without rain. So the material will, you know, dry properly. Obviously follow the temperature fluctuation. You don't want to be too cold or too hot, because the material will just dry too quick and it will not adhere properly to the floor. So if you work with this, always use mesh. This is a fiberglass mesh that is for roofing. What I've done over here is that I actually cut it, and I just cut it in the middle because the seams are too small. You don't want to exaggerate the areas. There are some patches that actually I work with 6-inch pieces, but you want to always make sure that you apply this on the, you put this over the seams of whatever you want to repair. This is a water-based material, so you can actually clean it up afterwards with some soap, warm soap or water. So it's really good to work with. But once it's dry, it's really hard. So that is it. I mean, it's as easy as just getting the material and then applying it over the seam that you already, you're already covered with the stuff. Make sure that if you're gonna put like a second coat on top, you just wait, wait a couple of minutes, maybe like 30-40 minutes, because if you don't wait, you're gonna drag the other one out. So that is pretty much it. I mean, it's not much that I want to leave you. I mean, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you know that I'm as practical as it can be. You can expand the life of a roof for a long time. Make sure again that you're working with the material that is appropriate for that, and that's it. Just be careful when you're working, especially in high areas. Be safe, and that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this will give you an idea of how to repair your projects and whatever you are. And that's it. So subscribe, share with your friends, like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.